Hi, friends. I've been rereading a lot of early Quaker writings, and I stumbled again across a question that George Fox often posed to the people of his day. Are you living in the life and power the apostles and disciples experienced in the book of Acts? And I've been wrestling with that question and asking other people that question. And when I first again came across it, I was like, no, yes, I don't know if I'm living in that life and power. And as I've asked other people, I see them often kind of step back and think, I don't really want to face into that question. I'm convinced this is a terribly important question that we all ought to be wrestling with right now as we think about the world and the great need that it has to see and experience the hope and light of Christ. I think sometimes we get stuck on the idea that Jesus is simply a character in a book, or he's a memory that we revere, or simply an example that we're supposed to follow. Or maybe he's an action figure with posable arms and gliding action, which this one has. It also says that Jesus is not suitable for children under the age of 3, which doesn't sound quite like the Jesus who says, "Let the little children come to me." But regardless, I think that we lose the sense that Jesus is far more than that. That he's meant what he said when he said, "I am with you always." That his spirit is actually dwells deeply within us, and is the animating life and power it can be at work in us, directing our actions, teaching us, helping us know what to say, empowering us to continue the work that he did in the world. Another book I've been reading comes from a writer named Robert Mulholland, who passed away recently, who did some great work on spiritual formation. And Mulholland made an important distinction for me that I've been thinking about a lot, and I want to encourage you to think about too. He talks about how, as followers of Christ, we sometimes think we're supposed to be in the world for God, that we're supposed to get out there and do stuff in order to make God happy or to make a difference in the world. But Mulholland argues that our work really is to be in God for the world. Do you hear the distinction? Not in the world for God, but in God for the world. That we're so rooted in that living, empowering experience of God that we're able to step out into a world full of need and to act in a way that reflects that presence of God that can make a transformational difference in the life of others. So suddenly, instead of me trying to fix things, of me trying to, be the savior of the world, I'm living into the presence of God in such a way that I'm allowing God to work through me. So I'm going to continue to explore this over the next several weeks, but I'd love to hear how you practice this. How do you order your life? What are the spiritual disciplines that you use to make sure that you're living in that life and power? That Christ is not just a distant thought or a memory or an action figure that sits on our shelf, but is actually this guiding inward teacher who enables and empowers us to make a difference in the lives of others. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's wrestle with this question, and let's think together about how we can live in the life and power that the apostles and prophets knew in the book of Acts, not only in our individual lives, but in the lives of our meetings and churches.